Toxic friends ruin relationships. Will this girlfriend be able to properly handle her boyfriend's highly toxic friend? Find out on Coach Ben's Case by Case. Jumping right into it, here we go. She's 29, he's 27. I have been dating my boyfriend for 6 months. Despite being younger, he seems to be mature and is financially stable and caring. We vibe pretty well with each other, and I appreciate our relationship. However, he has a group of friends that he is quite close with, both female and male friends, and I hang out with them sometimes. I like the group, and they are welcoming towards me. I am okay with him having female friends, and he hangs out with them all the time, often hanging out with them one-on-one, going on trips as a group, or even going for drinks at night. As long as he tells me about the plan, I am cool. However, there is this one woman in the group that, when I interact with, does not feel like a good person. So that's going to be the theme of this case. My gut feeling tells me something is off. She is younger, and maybe that explains her behavior. Alrighty, a lot to talk about already. My goodness, they're almost about the same age. They've only been together for half a year. So being younger doesn't really matter in this case. Having friends, you have to be extremely careful, which we're going to go over throughout the rest of this case. Don't worry. But what I can say already is that her boyfriend hanging out with a female friend, one-on-one even, is a huge red flag. Men don't need female friends when they are in love. You don't. You don't need female friends, men out there. You're playing with fire. And you can believe that you're faithful all you want. It's not really nothing to do with that. It's just that most likely you're going to run into ridiculous problems such as these. Because let me tell you what. When a man has a female friend and he's taken, you might just say, oh, she's just a friend. It's okay, right? Which we're going to go over in more detail. But just for now, let me just say that your female friend should have a life of her own. Oh, but she's single. All the more to try your best to avoid getting too close. And we're going to talk about that more as we go along too. This is already building up, but we don't have enough to really make any type of judgment so far. So let's go ahead and proceed, shall we? Let's see what's really going on. In front of my boyfriend, she would be laughing and nice with me and all. However, she would do things if we hang out in a group. For example, she would wait until I leave and then take an Instagram photo of the entire group without me. That's some toxic behavior right there. But that's what you're messing with. The possibilities of a toxic friend. When I sit with my boyfriend, or when he is hugging me, she would find a way to stand or sit in between us. There you go. Already being toxically intrusive. You know what she's up to. Or sometimes even pull him away from me. Wow. And you guys are going to tolerate that? That's garbage. That's nonsense. She keeps staring at me when I am not looking and making faces when my boyfriend is hugging me or being physically intimate with his arms around me or rubbing my shoulders, etc. With a disgusted face and rolling eyes. Wow. Wow, just wow. I'll say something about that. Let's go ahead and finish this part off. In front of my boyfriend, she would laugh and talk with me and make plans to hang out with me one-on-one. But when I reach out to her via social media to confirm our plans, that's later on, of course, she would ghost me. She keeps teasing my boyfriend, saying things like, oh, now he has his girlfriend, so he doesn't want to pay attention to us anymore now that she took him away. That's so childish. Or, I never thought you and your girlfriend would be serious. Really? Why do you think she's his girlfriend? This is the level of immaturity that they're dealing with. I really hope they get rid of this toxic friend. She keeps hinting that my boyfriend should pay her for stuff. Pay for her stuff. Wow, pay for her stuff? Wow. Just unbelievable, isn't it? My boyfriend was traveling and she asked if he would be dating others when he was away jokingly. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. And unfortunately, people out there are just so oblivious to the fact that these toxic people need to be excommunicated ASAP, as soon as possible. Which annoyed him and I felt was quite disrespectful to me. It's completely disrespectful to the both of you. What are you talking about? The signs of a highly toxic person are clearly evident. Their fake friend should have been instantly banned from the group, from your lives, without even a second thought. It's that simple, people. Get rid of her, right? How are you going to tolerate? Let's see if they tolerate this toxic friend. Let's go ahead and proceed, shall we? Unbelievable how the quick answer is just get rid of her. That's it. Just tell the whole group. You know, you be disrespectful to myself or my girlfriend, you're out of it. You're gone. Why are we going to hang out with the toxic person? And if your other quote unquote friends agree with her toxic behavior, oh, she's just joking, toss them out too. Doesn't matter what they say behind your backs or to other people on social media, toss them all out, ban them, block them. Online and offline, it's over. If you guys don't do this under these extreme conditions, it is extreme, then what's the next thing you're willing to tolerate? Oh, he kissed my boyfriend. That should be okay because, well, you know, they're nothing serious. What else is next? He touched my boyfriend's crotch. Oh, it was just once. What is this? A circus or a relationship? Normally, I am chill with my partner's female friends. You shouldn't be. We'll talk about that later. Even previous partners' friends. But I don't know why I have a feeling that this specific woman is sketchy. Sketchy? It's way beyond that. How should I deal with this? Throwing her out of the group. Like taking out the garbage. Don't recycle. She's garbage. That's how you should deal with this. And your boyfriend should have done that. I place a lot of blame on your boyfriend. We'll talk about that later. I want to be subtle and mature, but I find her annoying. It's beyond annoying. I tried to talk to my boyfriend about it. You tried? You should just talk to him about it, right? But he seems like he's not very concerned. Oh boy. That's horrible, okay? That's a huge red flag right there. Oh, I'm not concerned about it, honey. Let's see what kind of ridiculous excuse he provides. He said she has always been like this. Wow. This guy is immature. He should not be your boyfriend. Let me just tell you that. He has a lot of growing up to do. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't cherish you. He doesn't honor you. He doesn't love you. Even with his previous partners, and that it's just her being annoying. It's her being disrespectful. So what's disrespectful is annoying for this guy. Unbelievable. The level of tolerance to ridiculousness is just unbelievable here. He is quite close to her. What do you mean by that? And sometimes would be verbally flirty, like asking how her dates were going or teasing her. Wow, this is unbelievable. About her dating life. Your boyfriend is not your boyfriend. He probably checked out a long time ago. That's why he has female friends. This guy he shouldn't be with anybody. He's not a heartbreaker. He's just one walking disappointment. Let's see how much more of a disappointment this guy is. Other than that, he seems to keep physical boundaries with her. That doesn't matter. He's disrespecting you. And pay attention to me when we hang out in a group and he doesn't hang out with her that often. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how often. Once is enough. Okay? And if he's not asking for you for apologies and toss her out of the group, Too many wrong answers. It doesn't make it right. He said that they have been friends for a long time. Why? Why do you need a female friend if you're so in love with your girlfriend? That's not marriage material. And that nothing happened between them, nor will anything ever happen between them. Things are already happening between them. You said that he is quite close to her and sometimes would be verbally flirty, like asking her how her dates were going and teasing her about her dating life. That's none of his business. What do you mean teasing? And verbally flirty. You're going to tolerate that as a grown woman? Unacceptable. I feel very bad for this girlfriend in this case. You know, right now both of them are in the wrong. Of course, he is in more wrong than her, but regardless, right? He views her like an annoying little sister. She's not family, buddy. Grow up. Friends are friends. There's clear definitions for this. A man who truly loves his girlfriend or wife will always place her above anything else, anything and everyone, no matter what. The boyfriend in this case does not love his girlfriend. Let's go ahead and proceed, shall we? Talk about unacceptable. That's too little to describe this case. To summarize, I think my boyfriend's female friend is not cool with my boyfriend and I being together. Of course she's not. She wants to rip him away from you, like she physically does, as you mentioned. She already tears you and him apart to get in between you guys while sitting or standing, especially when you guys are showing signs of affection. There's your sign. The sign is in bright neon blinking diode, whatever it's. It's a bright red sign, clearly readable. And you're not paying attention, are you? I don't want to stop him from hanging out with her. Why not? What is your problem? Are you serious? No, she's not serious. That's the problem. She's not serious about her own relationship. But I also don't want to keep feeling uncomfortable. Well, which is it, right? You want to live, because this is now. We're talking about forever, potentially, if you get married to this piece of garbage. Let's just put it at that. You're going to be uncomfortable forever and disrespected forever by him and by his quote-unquote female friends, toxic friends. It's just one specific female friend. Wow, talk about Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome right there. Oh, you know, my captivator gave me half a sandwich today. Tomorrow he gives me a quarter of a sandwich. Yeah, but I'm still getting a sandwich. He's so kind. Go look up Stockholm Syndrome if you don't know what that is. I am on good terms with the rest of his female friends. You shouldn't be. Ask yourself, why does he even need female friends? Because you're not enough. The signs are evident. He's disrespecting you because he doesn't care about you. And love the group of friends he has. How could you love the group of friends? What kind of value do they bring to your relationship? Somebody to hang out with? To make it feel like you guys are having a party? You know, start a family of your own. Have some kids of your own if you want a family that bad. But your friends are not your family. There are clear distinctions. I understand all the signs of affection and all the mental and emotional positive aspects of having friends. We'll talk about that. They also enjoy hanging out with me. Well, clearly not one of them, and eventually probably another one. Who knows? The domino effect. Once you toss one out of the group, but it looks like you guys aren't ready for that. You're not grown-ups. You're not behaving like grown-ups. I am a bit afraid that if I bring this up again, since I am feeling uncomfortable, the female friend would use this. Who cares what she does? She's way out of line. She's going to kick and scream no matter how you slice this situation. As a leverage to say that I'm a jealous person. You're the girlfriend. How are you jealous? Jealous of her grabbing your boyfriend's attention? She's a snake. Right in front of your face. She doesn't deserve to be called a young woman. She's a toxic female. End of story. Boom, bam, get her out. That's it. Kick her out. Give her the boot. And my boyfriend would be annoyed. Wow, if your boyfriend would be annoyed, once again, he doesn't love you at all. I haven't seen any signs that your boyfriend loves you whatsoever. No signs at all. I absolutely don't want to make him lose a friend. Why are you so scared? You know, it's this ridiculous, immature fear that ruins so many people. So many people's lives. So many couples' lives. Why are you so scared? If you're scared of your boyfriend and how he'll react, you're with the wrong person. Because he doesn't love and respect you. He doesn't care how you feel or what you think. That says it all right there, regardless of the toxic friend and regardless of how he treats you, right? He already gave you the sign. You know, treat you from now on is what I'm saying. He already gave you the sign. He doesn't care about you. How you think or feel, nothing. And losing a friend, he's not losing anybody. The only person that should matter is you. He shouldn't need female friends. But at the same time, I can't ignore how uncomfortable she makes me feel. What should I do? I want to be a bigger person. I don't know if you're ever going to be a bigger person at this rate. You're taking half baby steps in life. Half baby steps that you should have conquered a long time ago. And not go down to her level. In a way, you are down at her level with the level of immaturity of behavior, but I am quite annoyed. Are you really, though? You know, if a couple says they need friends in order to have a good time, that couple is not in love. When a couple is happy, completely happy, from the bottom of their hearts, there is no need for friends. Acquaintances, on the other hand, in the case of an emergency, are perfectly okay. And I'll cover that at the very end as well. Right here. Know the difference between a friend or acquaintance. Far too many relationships end up in failure, all because they failed to understand how important this is. So a friend is a non-toxic person, which she clearly failed at identifying. She's like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Uncomfortable? You shouldn't tolerate any toxic friends or acquaintances. Men with men. If guys want to have guys friends, now look, if you guys are married or together in a relationship, a serious committed relationship, married or not, men should have other male friends, other men as friends. Women should have other women as friends. Once you start mixing genders is when you start playing with fire. They should only be emergency contacts as well. Let's go over acquaintance. They should be somebody who's reliable, your next door neighbor, a colleague at work, etc. Somebody that you kind of know. Could be male or female, but that's as far as it goes. If you call them friend, fine, but they should be more of an acquaintance, honestly. I know it's a longer word than friend. Friend is easier to say, but the lines, the boundaries must be drawn. You are playing with fire, and not just fire from jealousy and possibly ripping your boyfriend or girlfriend away from you. Not just that. Because of the things that they could say, the intrusiveness, showing up unexpected, surprise, surprise, etc. They're just going to be a nuisance in the end when you start mixing genders. Now, an acquaintance should also be respectful, professional, and also an emergency contact. That's it. An emergency contact is pretty much the only commonality between these two, although a friend should be also reliable, respectful, and professional when applicable. But you get the point. The point is, be very careful of who you befriend and who you consider friends. Some people just can't let go of their previous friends once they enter a long-term relationship. It's not that you're kicking them out of your life. It's just that you're drawing new boundaries for your own safety, the safety of your relationship. Please understand this and don't make any immature, hasty conclusions as to what I'm trying to convey right here, right now. What I'm essentially telling everybody out there who's involved in either a marriage or a serious relationship, that's you're not married, regardless. You must respect your partner 100%. This isn't a communistic approach here. This is being perfectly safe in your relationship when it comes to calling somebody your friend or an acquaintance. You have to draw those lines in order to protect your relationship. Because, like I said before, there are so many relationships that get into hot water, quicksand, just because they didn't know how to draw those lines. They're like, oh, but they're my friend. I can't let them go like that. Convert them into an acquaintance. They should understand, because your friends and acquaintances, they should understand that you have a relationship to tend to. So it's okay to hang out once in a while, but like I said before, men with men, women with women. If you need to hang out with the guys, men out there, go hang out with the guys. But don't do anything crazy out there, controversial. Don't do it. It's highly foolish, right? Because your woman isn't out there with you, your partner. So have a conscience, right? And the same thing applies to women with women. If you want to go dancing together or go hang out, girls' night out, look, I get it. But a level of maturity should be raised once you've found that special someone in your life, your potential future soulmate. If you don't raise that bar and that seriousness, then your relationship is going to be likely in jeopardy in the future. If it's not with friends and acquaintances or colleagues at work, which are acquaintances, if you're not strict about these things, you're just playing with fire. It could be family members as well, is what I'm trying to say, if it's not friends or acquaintances. Toxic family members who are far too intrusive. They have to know every aspect of your life and how your relationship is going, your thoughts and feelings of you and your partner. No, that's unacceptable. I don't care if it's your own mother. Now, I'm not saying that if you have a loving mother or family, kick them out of your lives. I'm not saying that. If they really truly love you, they'll respect you. But the boundaries have to be set as far as, look, I'll take your advice into consideration, but in the end, I make my own decisions, right? You should listen to your friends, family members, and acquaintances if they're giving you relationship advice. However, if they're being so intrusive and disrespectful and toxic about it, disrespecting you and humiliating you, or making you feel any type of negative emotion, that's just a no-go. So maybe you have to actually kick out your own family members from your life because they're so toxic. But they're my family. I don't care. It's either love or nothing. You want to live a life full of stress, having to deal with toxic friends, toxic acquaintances, toxic family members? Go ahead, have at it. That's called freedom. Good luck with your relationship. But I guarantee you'll never become soulmates one day. By trying to hold on, hoarding everybody in your life. You're just trying to hang on to everything and everyone. You can't let go of the past in order to move on to the future. That's the point. Know the difference. It's perfectly okay to have friends and acquaintances when you're in a serious, lifelong relationship. However, it's absolutely not okay to have anyone who is far too involved in your personal life. Having a few friends is okay, but always place your relationship first. That's my final piece of advice there. What happened in this case is a circus full of clowns. And they didn't mention how the other friends in the group reacted to this toxic behavior from that one friend in the group. So they're clowns as well. Although it's a little bit unjust because they weren't talked about in this case. But they would have mentioned if somebody objected to how she was behaving. Because if one person is toxic in the group, it's everybody's responsibility to neutralize that toxicity, if possible. To let that person know, hey, you're being disrespectful. I don't appreciate that. None of us here appreciate that. That's his girlfriend. So leave him alone. Right? But none of them spoke up. And that's a lot of mental and emotional weakness right there. When you can't speak up about something, you're weak. Borderline pathetic. Grow up. Mature. Speak up. Do something about it. If you see something wrong, see what you can do about it. At least mention it. Talk. If you guys are really friends, quote unquote, in that group, You guys should have talked to each other about it. And above all, this girlfriend feeling scared to mention this, what she said, it was uncomfortable to her boyfriend. If she's feeling scared of her boyfriend's reactions, my goodness, that is not a relationship at all. And the way he treated you is absolute trash. 0 out of 10. He is not ready for love in this life. And you guys should break up. Do not get married. Do not. That would be making a bad situation worse, as I've said so many times in this series. But with that said, it's been a pretty straightforward case. This has been Coach Ben's Case by Case. Much love, everybody.